And those high notes are just wild.
Winning, losing, either way there.
Okay, I'm so ready for this, but hold on. Hello, gals, blokes, and all other folks. My name is Mortius, and today we are here with Beatpella House ticking away. I am exceptionally excited for this one. For those of you who are brand new to my channel, might be coming in for the first time, hi, my name is Mortius, and I am primarily an acapella artist. That is where a lot of my musical history lies. That is where my knowledge and specialty lies. I have arranged for groups and professional choirs before. I have enjoyed acapella for years. That is where my wheelhouse is. I have recently-ish, within the last year or so, gotten a little bit more into the beatbox community that I kind of fell off for a bit, and now I've recently gotten back into it. But anytime I've checked out beatbox, the biggest name that keeps coming up in my comments is Beatpella House. Everyone's saying, if you like acapella, you gotta check these guys out. And I mean, they've got Pella in the name, so I imagine that their kind of idea, their vibe, their energy is probably blending that line between beatbox and acapella even more than it already is. And that's already not a very hard and fast line. I was very surprised when I checked out my first beatbox cover, which was Hiss and Company If Only, how much structurally there was in common with acapella. And of course, acapella more and more these days, modern acapella like Voice Play and Home Free, bring in a lot of beatbox-esque vocal percussion. So that line is already kind of blended, and I imagine with a name like Beatpella House, that line's just gonna go completely non-existent, and this is going to be a beautiful blending of the two styles. I sure hope I'm right, because that sounds awesome. So if you are new to the channel and you want to see more beatbox, definitely please make sure that you like the video. I know that's such a cliche thing for YouTubers to say, but really it actually makes such a difference. A, it helps the video get noticed by more people, and B, when I'm looking at the amount of views it got, which is related to the likes, and also the like to dislike ratio, that tells me that people want more of it. It gets me to do more beatbox. So if you want more beatbox, the two best things you can do are like the video and comment what artist or song or both you want me to check out next. All of that to be said, that is more than enough self-promotion, so let's get right on into something I'm so excited about, Beatpella House ticking away. Let's do it. Okay, first of all, this needs to be louder immediately. I don't know why my volume was all the way down at 40. Let's crank that up. Okay. Sick. Not what I was expecting. Let's take it back. And I love the way the sh sound builds, but then carries. It would have been easy for it to be like, da, you know what I mean? Which obviously it kind of is, but if you listen to the sh sound, it does like a sh, like it kind of continues there, which is sick. Kind of a big push and flow back. Also, one of the coolest things is just seeing where people will hold microphones when they're doing live beatbox stuff. Like the fact that 4 of these people have their microphones in their mouth and one of them is just like, yes, this is where the sound is. Sound make here. It's very funny to me. Doing those lows is rocking it. That but even lower and obviously way better. Oh, I mentioned in the intro that my wheelhouse is acapella. I am also a natural tenor, so any of the lower range stuff I'm trying to talk about and replicate is not gonna sound very good, and that's just a reality of my vocal cords.
Keep you around with my feet tied, tied to the ground. The end's nowhere to be found. I don't know why you don't leave me to drown. Oh.
I can't even imagine like structurally composing something like this. Like the idea of 5 to 6, because I don't know if she's just going to be on vocals the whole time or if she's also going to be doing some beatboxing, but the idea of having 5 or 6 talented beatboxers with so many different sounds in their wheelhouse, the idea of even beginning to figure out how to structure like a beatboxing piece like this, wild to me. Like you have all of these sounds at your disposal.
Don't know where to go unless you say. Don't know what to do unless you stay.
Wait, that's cute.
Don't know
Hold
where
on.
to go unless you say. Don't know what to do unless.
I love those two just vibing together as they're hitting us with that like almost like trumpet. That it's really cool.
Don't know where to go unless you say. Don't know what to do unless you stay. Thinking that today will be our day. Will be our day again. Why am I
That, if you've missed my reactions before, is by far my favorite part of beatbox, is when we get a full EDM style, like build up, suspension, and drop, just like some of the best like EDM that I grew up on and love. Like, I almost feel like the best, because it's not like a full-on bass drop that goes like a whop, whop, like it doesn't like emulate like Skrillex style EDM. It emulates more like pendulum. That's who like a good beatbox drop harkens me back to, is like my pendulum era. Something about the way they structure this like
don't know what to do unless you stay. Thinking that today will be our day. Will be our day again. Why am I playing with time as it's ticking away? Ticking away, away. I'm asking why we run for our lives, not a second to wait.
and listen. There's a crazy high. There's someone doing this like in the background, like way up high, higher than it sounds when it's that brought back in the mix. I never know in like a video like this, sorry, I bumped my mic. I never know in a video like this how much of like the front and back of it is just the performers and how much of it is the actual mix and master leveling things out. But like when you've got that really high thing that's like you really have to pay attention to notice it, is that because they're performing it quieter, or is that because whoever did their mixing and mastering did a little bit of like kind of pulled that back so it wasn't as intrusive? Like I really don't know, but I would like, man, I just want to be a fly on the wall. Like if anyone knows any good like behind the scenes, not for like live beatbox, but for a video like this, like to be a fly on the wall from like the conception of a video like this to the learning, to the recording, to the editing, to the finished product, like God, what I wouldn't give to just see that whole process, much less ever be a part of it. Like, man, so cool. And structurally, they're going for a very like familiar, like those people who are actually on like something that's producing notes, something that's actually producing melody, is going for a very like, hold on, what are my notes? Hold on. It's like doom 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 dum, 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 dum. That is a very, this is going to sound like a backhanded compliment, but I really don't mean it that way. Let me finish my thought before you get offended. It's very cliche. It's very by the numbers. That dum, 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 dum. That's a progression that a million songs have done a million different ways. But it's really cool how they keep that at the core, but it would have been so easy to be like, dum, 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 and that would have been basic, but it's not. They're sitting in each one and they're letting that be like the larger structural core of the whole piece, but they're doing interesting things in each one. They're staying there. It's you know what I mean? Like they're doing a bunch of stuff with it, so they're not just taking that stereotypical chord progression going dum 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 like they totally could do. They're sitting in it each time, but whenever they want to move to a new one, they're following that tried and true chord progression that's going to be very familiar to the audience's ears. So that's a really cool way to kind of keep things familiar, keep things basic, keep things classic. The basics are basic for a reason. It's not an insult. Keeping things basic while also doing enough new with it that it's interesting.
Thinking that today will be our day, will be our day again. Why am I playing with time as it's ticking away?
That's super cool.
I'm asking why we run for our lives, not a second to wait.
And those high notes are just wild.
Winning, losing, either way I'm there. Got
Okay, I'm so ready for this, but hold on. Listen to this bridge here. Or not bridge, but
winning.
that's such a cool way to go from the what I'm guessing is the chorus into the next verse. I don't know if this is a cover or if it's, oh no, it says cover in the title. I don't know the original, but it's like,
Winning, losing, either way I'm there. Got an attitude, I'm on the roof up in the air. Just trying to make it count, yeah, I'm talking right now. Feel like a comeback kid, I got no time to spare. Whoa,
whoa,
yeah, I'm talking right now. Feel like a comeback kid, I got no time to spare. Whoa.
that like little, but like way more like why do I try? I'm so used to in my acapella videos replicating what they're doing to kind of describe it better, to articulate it better. And I do a beatbox video and I'm like, yeah, let me just copy what I heard. That inhuman sound they just made. I don't know why I try. It's really cool is what I'm trying to say.
Feel like a comeback kid, I got no time to spare. Whoa, double up a score to
Whoa.
the two. Now I feel like a comeback kid, I got no time to spare. Whoa, double up a score to the
That
two.
like the kind of like there's almost like a suspension there along with that tongue clicking sound. Like there's this
Now
little like
feel like a comeback kid, I got no time to spare. Whoa, double up a score, turn a 2 to a 4. Know I win a lot, call the win, one more on a hot streak, never gets old. Solo with the ace and my team went gold.
Why am I playing?
and the consistency in the arrangement of having that sound effect kind of be the bridge between the different sections, the different styles. I think every time we had a little bit of that sort of trumpety sound leading up to that pendulum-like bass drop that I talked about. We had it kind of carrying us from the chorus into that rap section, and now we've got it carrying us back. It's sort of a like creative throughput throughout the whole piece to kind of keep the whole thing flowing. It's really cool. I'm curious, does it say who arranged this? Like, who is the actual brain behind it? Is it all of them together? I don't know how this process works. If anyone knows who, yeah, if anybody knows who actually like wrote the arrangement for this, please let me know in the comments. I'm really curious.
Gets old, solo with the ace and my team went gold.
Why am I
Oh, and then it doesn't even go to that, like,
that.
and honestly, I want to say that too. I know I'm going to keep talking about the trumpet sound. I think I forgot to warn in my intro that I pause a lot. My bad. I'm sure you figured it out by now. But it's cool how that sound can lead into either a drop or not a drop. Like it functions just as well if it's like that that we got earlier, or here it's just lyrics. Like it functions just as well whether it's leading into a crazy drop or it's leading back into not that.
And go.
Why am I playing with time as it's taken away? Taken away, away. I'm asking why we run for our lives, not a second to waste. Taken away, away, away.
Hold on.
Taken away, away, away.
What is that like like we've got this someone doing this like dum, 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 like some I can't even describe it.
Taken away, away, away.
They do this like dum 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 in the background, but way low, like a dum 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 dum. But obviously still better. Again, I don't know why I try to recreate what they're doing, but that's so cool. Okay, Hiss. All right. Listen to that, like that. Is such a cool, like echoey reverb, like up there, like very breathy but still clear. Ooh. Yes. Okay, it was him. That's exactly what I was talking about earlier. So when I was trying to describe that dum 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 dum, but down in like the throat bass, is that what it's called? I don't know. But it's a really good example, or not a good example. This is just him doing it again, but it's more in the front of the mix so you guys can actually see it. So if you were not understanding what I was trying to describe earlier, go back to that part and you'll be able to hear. He does that in the sort of background vocals of a previous part, which is cool.
I'll give it one more
Ooh.
try. I don't know why.
Yes.
But I keep coming back.
Yes.
Every time.
I want it more than my life.
Yeah, come on, give me that build. Give me those harmonies.
But it feels so right. Why am I playing with time?
That's so sick, dude. That's so awesome. Oh my god. That was so good. I'm going all the way
I'll
back.
give it one more try. I don't know why.
These harmonies are beautiful. I love the vocal harmonies. And then we get that slow build. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, interesting. Whoa, that's fascinating. I kept expecting them to build by like dun 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 dun. It's a very common way to build is by just like sort of halving how frequently you make a note each time. But it kind of didn't do that. They built it in a lot of other ways that I could probably really break down and talk about, but I don't think anyone actually wants me to go that deep into it. Which also, feel free to leave that feedback. If you're like, no, next time you do Beatpella, please go that deep into it. I will. I just don't want to turn off new fans with my, like, way too hyper-fixated analysis.
Every time.
I want it more than my life. I don't know why, but it feels so right. Why am I?
I lied. I figured out why it's so cool, and now I'm going to talk about it. Remember what I just said about not turning off new fans by hyper-fixating on something? Haha, I lied. What they do instead, so no, this is actually super sick though. I'm not even like, this isn't just me being silly. This is a really cool technique. Normally, the way that you would go to a build like that, like I said, is by just doubling how frequently your notes are going. So like dum 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 dum. You know what I mean? That's very common. Here, you get someone doing dum 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 dum, and you have hiss doing a essentially 4 or 8 times as frequent. I can't even completely tell without going and listening to it again, but doing it way more frequently. And instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and a 3, instead of speeding it up as you go, they've got one person on those 4s, one person on those 8s or 16s or whatever, and then they change who's louder to give it the impression that it's speeding up. You've got one person slow, one person fast the whole time, but as the slower gets quieter and the faster gets louder, it gives the impression of speed and build. That's wild. Listen to this.
I don't know. I want it more than my life. I don't know why.
You've got one person do that. Dum, 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 dum. So this hand is the person who's not hiss. This hand is hiss, okay? Listen to the way it goes like...
One more try.
Hold on. I went back too far. Sorry. Okay, you ready? Listen. It's...
I want it more than my
We also got...
life. I don't know why, but it feels so right.
And as it's going, this one's getting quieter and this one's getting louder, and it gives the impression of a build. That's such a cool way to do that instead of actually increasing it. That's so creative and that's so wonderfully well done. Last time, I swear, and I'm actually gonna let it go all the way, but I wanna hear the build leading into it. So we're gonna do it one more time, listen for what I just talked about, and then I promise I'll actually let it keep going through.
I want it more than my life. I don't know why, but it feels so right. Why am I playing with time as it's ticking away, away? I'm asking why we run for our lives, not a second to waste, taking away, away.
What? What happened to my hair? I think at some point I just started just like absolutely rocking out. I don't even, oh my gosh. That was exhausting in the best way possible. Every single human in my comment section who has ever recommended Beatpella House to me, thank you sincerely. Big thank you to everyone who has supported me and joined in as I've gotten more into the beatboxing community. Again, please let me know what you would like to see next as I get more into beatbox. Thank you to my patrons for making videos like this possible. I really, really appreciate your support. If you guys in the beatbox community want to be able to support me financially, Patreon is a great way to do that, but of course, that kind of thing is never expected or required. So thank you for being here in any capacity. Extra big shout out to my patrons as always. And as always, gals, blokes, and all other folks, I will see you in the next video. Bye!